Hey trendsetters, boat update number maybe 11, not sure. Pretty hot in the shed today. It's getting to be summer. Come and I'll show you where I'm at. I've been leak testing the fuel tank and work on the engines a little bit. So here's a bit of a mess of engine bits, and this is where the 454s or 468s are at now. That colour looks kind of like peach on the film, but it's actually metallic orange. So fitting ancillaries, rebuilding carbs at home, rocker covers ready to rock and roll, our fancy new 3D printer for work, that's pretty cool. I have to find some boat parts that we can make on that. Got some shotgun scoops to fit soon. And today's job is I'm leak testing the fuel tank. So I can't take credit for the idea, all of the idea, because Robbie Henderson gave me the idea. But I've made up a pretty simple water column with green food dye from my mum's kitchen. And I got this $1 PVC end cap and stole a tyre valve cap out of my spare wheels and just put a little fitting in there, and I put an old lug nut on the vent line and clamped it up, and I put barely half a psi. Well, I worked it out, the maths with Google, and if I get to 28 inches of water column lift, it's 1 psi. But that doesn't sound like much, but when a fuel tank has such a massive surface area and a big flat panel, 1 psi will probably blow it up. But anyway, I've pressurized it to whatever the hell that would be, probably 1/4 of a psi, and put a little bit of tape. It actually went up, which was strange. I think the shed's getting warmer, so we'll put that there. So that's 0 pressure, and it pushed the water down. You get the idea. So I'm going to let that sit for hours. If after a couple of hours that's still around there, I'm going to be very, very happy, because underneath that panel there is an 800 litre fuel tank. And I'll show you something. I've been dreading this for 2 years, having to leak test this, because if it does have a leak, I am screwed. So there's the fuel tank, the back of the fuel tank. There's the fuel outlines that I've blanked off with some aircraft blanks there, AN fitting blanks. And there's my fuel gauge. But check this out. Foam all around the tank, everywhere. So if that bloody thing leaks, it's going to be a massive, messy job to melt all that foam with fuel and take out that enormous fuel tank that runs all the way up to the front of the cabin there, and get a crane, somehow lift it out, and then patch it up and put it back in. So if that's leak free, I'm going to be very happy chap, and then I can screw this floor down properly and move on. And that's today's work. Cheers.